Greetings, Bannerlord enthusiasts! Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord has seen an explosion of news, screenshots, and videos in 2016, and has gained a freight train of love, hype, and hate. Today, I'm here to talk about what all we've seen, from the gameplay, to the interviews, to the various tidbits of information we've received, as well as some thoughts about all of it. Information will be chronological and as concise but informative as possible. You can find timestamps and links to everything referenced throughout the video. So without further delay, let us begin. 2017 has blown by, and has been the year we've truly been able to see what this game will be. What we've learned compared to 2016 and before that is great. Taleworlds has gone from nearly quarterly or less updates to now trying to push out something Bannerlord related weekly. We've seen a lot of new gameplay, many new screenshots, and some more insight as to what we can and cannot expect. The first real official Bannerlord related news was in March when the upcoming PC Gamer magazine issue was leaked. This featured an article mentioning and describing many aspects of previously unknown gameplay, such as how skills, traits, and perks work together in unique and interesting ways. We also learned how NPCs will be much more dynamic and easily accessed, and how the criminal underground of cities work. Quests have improved generation, and AI are stated to be much smarter in battles. The article also showcased some beautiful new screenshots, which were shortly later released as a digital 4K format on PC Gamer. This news was well received after the long period of silence before this, as the last news was the gameplay footage from Gamescon in August of 2016. Shortly after the PC Gamer article, Taleworlds made official mention of this in their 15th developer blog, which spoke of the importance, functions, and uniqueness of quests, along with how relationships matter significantly more, and are improved or worsened more dynamically through these quests. The blog was happily accepted by most, but a few remained quite cynical. Following this, we have no more news till May is nearly over, when Gamestar personally visited Taleworlds and were able to demo the game. They released an article detailing the larger scale of battles of up to 1,000 troops simultaneously, the mentioning of more realistic weapons physics and other physics in general, how much larger the campaign map is, how there are seasons affecting the map visually and the economy, how villages have a lot more to do to them, and how much more of an improved sandbox Bannerlord is as compared to Warband. We also learned that co-op mode was not being worked on and is never planned to be worked on officially. This news was overall well received, as the community is getting desperate at this point with the Frenzy of Bannerlord YouTube coverage and hype for the potential release in 2017. A month later, Taleworlds showcases Bannerlord at E3 by 11 of the Taleworlds staff, and allows press to personally play a couple demo battles as well as any attendees. We then see some fantastic 2 new gameplay videos, along with some mentioning of how the combat has been improved over Warband, by adding directional shield blocking and bashing, along with attack chaining and improved physical damage calculation. We also learn of improved formations, AI, and the surprisingly new and unexpected Sergeant system, allowing players or AI lords to command assigned units on the battlefield. This news was very well received, although many players were angry that not more was shown and that no release date was given. PC Gamer praised it, however, among many other news sources, stating, "Taleworlds was only showing off the combat, which is a small portion of everything that comprises a Mountain Blade game. But it's indicative of how the rest is coming along. I have very high hopes." A few weeks later, Taleworlds wrote a blog detailing their thoughts of E3 and made a much anticipated statement about the release date, saying, "Of course, we understand a lot of what you are looking to hear of release date and more details on the politics and campaign side of single player. In our opinion, the most important thing is to deliver a great game, worthy of our efforts and your expectations. We have so far avoided giving a release date thinking it would distract us from our attention to quality. The campaign is something we can definitely show off more, and we're looking at the best way to do it justice, and present it with the clarity and depth that it deserves." Following this, things mostly go dead till August, 2 months later, where they formally apologize for their lack of communications with the community. They stated that they want to be more transparent in opening the doors to the public, beginning with the introduction of a weekly blog every single Thursday to get to know the team behind Mountain Blade, along with the regular Q&A. Also, interestingly, just a few days before this blog, Frank, the former community manager of Taleworlds, officially left, much to many people's surprise, and was replaced by a new PR person who was seemingly communicating much better. Nonetheless, Frank was iconic, and it was very sad to see him go. A few weeks later, they detail what to expect at Gamescon, along with the balloon being deflated yet again, when they shut down the release date question with, "We have not disclosed a release date so far because it does not exist. We don't work like that. We are not a company who sets a timeline to release a product, and then work to meet that deadline. We are Taleworlds Entertainment. We create games because we love making them, and we want them to be the best games that we can possibly make. We think that our fans don't deserve less than our best efforts, our total commitment. We don't believe in releasing a game before it is ready just because we might miss the hype. Why so many years then? Well, the main reason is the size of the game. Bannerlord has a huge sandbox campaign which contains a number of different features that players can experience and enjoy. This includes, but is not limited to, a fief and kingdom management, a deep trading system, a diplomacy and relationship system, and epic battles with hundreds of on-screen combatants that the player can command. Then, there's the multiplayer aspect of the game, featuring a matchmaking system for the first time in the Mount and Blade series, which lets players test their combat and tactical skills against players from all over the world. We are also working on ways to support our fantastic modding community by making the game as highly moddable as possible. 5 years is actually not that long for the development of a game which encompasses as much as Bannerlord does. There are a lot of fundamental tech and architecture changes compared to Warband. It's more complex than just adding some new textures and animations. It involves the technology, such as the new engine we built from scratch, but also the system, the mechanics. This is about balancing the invisible, the look and feel of the gameplay. This is why we have not announced a release date, and why we won't do it at Gamescon either. And these are the reasons why we think it is not a sign of weakness, but of respect for our work in our community. We are working as hard as we can to develop the great game you are all waiting for, and our primary focus is the quality of our final product. We want Bannerlord to be the best game that Taleworlds can create, and we won't take any shortcuts to get there. Sorry that was a kind of long statement, but I think it was pretty necessary to put in there. At Gamescon, just a few days after this statement, they showcased 3 new gameplay videos along with the unveiling of the Captain mode, putting players in control of their own AI armies in multiplayer battles of 5 versus 5 players at once. The gameplay is a unique blend where players must annihilate the enemy or deplete the enemy's dominance score by capturing and holding flags. They also mention the various troop classes and their pros and cons. Following Gamescon, we haven't had anything sizable since. We've had several lore pieces of the factions, some Q&As, and some minor systems like weapon physics. Very recently, however, a price was leaked at £50, which would likely translate to $60. This is not confirmed, but I imagine is pretty likely. The community is remaining mostly optimistic, but many are getting angry, cynical, and disappointed with the game. They're trying to forget about it altogether to make the wait more bearable. I respect Taleworlds greatly. They are managing well under relentless stress and bashing of the community to release the game. They are adamant about releasing the game fully and completely, not under a beta or early access title. I find their silence a bit annoying at times, although they are still able to supply us with some content to the black hole of want that is the Bannerlord community. Is a 2018 release for Bannerlord possible? Yes. I think it is. But is it likely? That is another question altogether. We expected Bannerlord in 2016 and 2017. In fact, the developers kind of thought that themselves. Will we truly get it this year? I honestly think yes. I imagine one day we'll wake up to the release date quite unexpectedly. That, or it'll likely be revealed at E3 or Gamescon. Every day they delay it though, they anger more and more people. That's not entirely their fault, it's simply the impatience of many and the premature hype. However, I do think Taleworlds could give a general realistic window with 6 months of margin no matter how much it disappoints or excites us. I am truly excited about Bannerlord. I've dropped off from covering the news since E3, but the summary and recap has renewed my excitement. What are your thoughts on all of this? Are you guys happy with what we've seen in 2017? What do you guys expect for 2018? Anyways, thank you all so very much for watching. I do appreciate your feedback, whether it be good or bad, so please let me know how I can improve in the comments down below. Farewell, Bannerlords, and I hope you do have a good one.